Hello and welcome to another Parts Factory installation tutorial video. Today we're going to be working on this 2009 to about 2015 Ford Focus Sedan. Specifically, we're going to be changing the window regulator. I've never done one of these personally, so I can't give you an ETA how long it's going to take, but I'm expecting about 35 to 45 minutes. I'm pretty sure these are quite a rough job. With the interior, it's important that we're nice and careful with the plastic clips and trim pieces, etc., because we want everything to go back on nice and OEM. So do take your time. We'll get there in the end. Now guys, if you are chasing this part, we do have it available. I'm going to stick the link in the right corner, bottom of the video. I think they're about $138.30 with free express post Australia wide, so make sure you check that out. Guys, let's just jump straight into this one. Right, we're going to start with this trim here. We're just going to pry it out and we're going to move it over to the side. I'm noticing another one in this door handle. Literally just press in and it'll pop open on one side, and you can just use your other finger to hold it open and then finish the job with your flat end. And you can see we've exposed the Torx bit just there. Now I'm going to take this trim piece off here. They are just usually a pull off like so. Let me just check. Yeah, it's the same thing in there. It's a pull off. Just pop it off. See the little one-way plastic clip. And then we're just going to unplug this tweeter, which is just here. And we're going to place that out of the way. Right, so we've removed the trim here, and here. The last two or three are behind this reflector and this trim piece here. We'll start with the trim. To do that, we come in the top here just with a little screwdriver, and we just pop this black trim towards us, get in underneath it, pop it off like that, and just run down with a screwdriver and popping it off bit by bit. Usually just be a bit gentle, each clip will want to give way slowly, and there we go there, and it hooks in down here, so it's kind of got to go like that and out, sticking that out of our way. The last one here is this little reflector. It actually goes that direction, so we just use a little tool and we just pop it off to the right. So that's the last little screw in there. So you got one, and then the last one's underneath this master switch, so you can just pop the switch up, move it out of your way, and you can just unplug it from there. Popping that out of the way, you got one screw there, 3 and 4. And once you've done those 4, the rest is just pop the clips off the door and you can pop this door card up and out. So once we've got this one here, you can then pop this side of the door card, and the last one is just here like that. And basically, once that one comes out, you can kind of leave it in there, and then just off comes the door card just like that. And once you have it to this point, it's time to take this inner door handle clip, and the way to do that is just to pull on this little tab here and pull up. Final thing to do would be to remove the little plug, pop it off like so, squeezing down on this little trigger, and bang. So once we have the door card off, we can now plug our master switch back in and take the door glass into the upright position. Obviously you've got to switch your ignition on to do so, then re-unplug your master switch, stick it to the right, to the left, and then it's now time to pull off our insulation foam. Now you kind of want to try and keep this in good condition, because it's always good to have this. Reduces the road noise in your car. So you're just pulling it off section by section. It's all glued in there, so there's no real trick to this. You just get the tuck out of the way where it's not going to constantly drop in your way. Right, so we've removed our foam, we've brought the window back down, and now you can see we have access to these little what are they, like yellow tabs, and essentially I'll demonstrate with my hand. It's like a clip like this, and basically what you need to do is you need to push the back clip back so it lets go of the door glass. The way you do that is you can access through, basically like this, you can access through on the other side, just over here, and you'll see a little tab that you can just press back, and you'll notice that when you do that, the door glass will pop up into the air. You see how I've just released that door glass from that little trim, that little clip. Literally just push the tool through and you'll see behind it little clip, and then it releases just like that. Super duper easy actually. You see this one here? It's the same thing here again, guys. You lose a little screwdriver, and see how I can pull that trim back, and then I can actually just lift that door glass up. Super duper easy. It's actually a really good design. We're gonna put the door glass way up out of our way. So we've decided to take this door glass out because we found it quite difficult to get it to stay up. To do that, you just rotate it, and you can just pull it directly out through the door like that. Right, we remove the door glass, and basically at this point, guys, everything's very straightforward. A few torque spits, you got one there. Right, so we got to start pulling these little trims off. These will most likely tear when you pull them off, but that's okay. I'm not too concerned about that. Rip it off like that. I'm going to stab my finger through. Same thing here. You don't really have to clean it up too much. Obviously the door card will be going back over the top of all this. And we've got one here. I'm just going to leave that one, and of course the last one is down here. Just basically there's a screw behind each one of these. So right, we're going to grab this screw now. To the left, you've got one inside here. Where is it? Stick it over the side. One in here. See how it drops off just like that, super easy. Then one last one here, I think, and the whole window regulator is now going to fall. Of course, the last step is to unplug the wiring from it. I might try and get this out first. Yeah, it kind of rotates out like that. Same thing here. So there was a little plastic trim here. What I've done is I've just cut it. Basically all it does is it just holds that wire, but it's actually not necessary. I'm going to continue to bring it out. It's basically just feeding it out, guys. There's really no other way around it. You're obviously rotating it out like that. And then of course a little plug here. Not sure why they taped it on like so, but literally just unplug it. And that's your window regulator out. Alrighty guys, simple as that. Fairly straightforward actually. I was actually quite impressed with the design, to be honest, considering it's such a late model European Ford. But anyway, we're gonna chuck the new one back in. As I mentioned before, this is obviously the parts factory equivalent. We're gonna stick the link in the bottom of the video and at the top right of the screen. You can check it out. I think, yeah, as I said, about $138 with free express post throughout Australia. So if this is something you're interested, definitely head on to the webby and check it out. Oh, by the way, guys, just before we keep going, if you do appreciate this content that we're putting out for you, make sure you subscribe to the channel, or at least hit the thumbs up, just so we know it's something that you're interested in. We'll keep making more videos like this and maybe give you some assistance in the future when you're perhaps doing a job like this again. All right, guys, let's throw it back in. All right, so it's now time to stick it back in the door. We're going to do it the same way it was removed. I've decided to put the right side in first, and we can rotate that up out of our way, and hopefully that means we can now get the left side in a bit easier. There it is. Yeah, that's definitely the way to go about it. Well, I'm going to start putting the screws back in, just so it kind of holds itself upright. We got this one just here. I think it's best to guide them in with the tool.
Unknown caller.
Same thing over here, guys. We've lined up the top of the right side. We're now going to line up the top of the left side. You can use your right hand and just poke it through. Make sure you're in tighten. Don't tighten it up too much. So once you've got the 4 around the edges, you can now put the little motor reinforcement screw. Right, so if you do, if you can, put the plug on the motor before you put it in, but if you can't, you just put your hand around the back and you can plug it in on the motor. The plug has to be upside down, so just rotate it with your hand and pull it into place. Okay guys, it's now time to just start putting all of your cables back into place. They all just kind of sit behind the reg anyway, so I'm not too concerned about any of that, guys. It's quite firm. I think it's a bit of an overkill what they've done, and at this point you can now actually put this trim back like so, and then go and grab your door glass and stick your door glass back in. Right, so once you have your door glass in position and it's flush with both sides of the door window glass rails, you can then just turn your car on and you can rise your door card click by click until it grabs the glass, and at that point take it into the fully upright position, and that will assure that it's completely clipped back into the window regulator. Our insulation trim is all pushed back on, the glue's all sealed nicely. It's now time to put our door card back on the car. We're going to start with the grey plug. We can just plug that back in like so, pushing it in. Door handle, same thing again guys. You can just bring it over, put your hand through the door, and you can literally just clip that into place, and the door handle just somehow automatically grabs it. I have no idea how. This master switch wire has to poke through the hole so that when you come around to the master switch, you can plug it in. And then once you've done all those steps, you can literally just line up the door card with the door where it's supposed to be. Like so, you can kind of feel it pop into place, making sure each and every part is ready to go, all the wires and stuff. And at this point, if you feel like you've got it lined up, see this little holes lined up, bang, bang, all lined up, everything's flush, you can actually just start moving around the edges, popping all of the pressure clips into place, and everything should actually hold itself there at that point, nice and easy. You can literally, you could start putting the screws back into the door, which are your little silver screws. Right over here guys, try not to drop it into your door card at this point. You now can go ahead and put your master switch back in. Trim pokes through each and every one of these holes, which gives it its strength. So this one hooks from this end and can just clip into place. There you go there, and of course the reflector just goes back in, and you can just slide it from the right trim piece that covers the door handle here. You can just push that into place, clip, and little trim piece just here, it's just a clip in, super duper straightforward, that part. And then of course the last one is the little tweeter. You just plug it back in, the little electrical cable, which is super easy as you can imagine. Bring it up into place, and hopefully everything goes smoothly. You can just clip it in like that. Righty guys, all done. The whole job took about 25 to 30 minutes. You could probably even get it done quicker if you weren't filming and fiddling around. But yeah, to be honest, super straightforward. Very impressed with the design. And guys, if you have appreciated the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you can, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, product is available. Check out the link in the bio of this video. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Lucas Drabsch, and I'll see you next time.